Hi there, this is Coach McKee. I'm here with a good friend of mine, Chad Landis from Rapid City. Chad has experienced the game of soccer at about every level you can, as a youth player, as an adult player, as a coach, and now as a referee. And actually, a couple of years ago, had the distinction of being picked to go to regionals at South Dakota's, one of South Dakota's top referees. So, Chad, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background as a player in this area?
Sure. 35 years old, been playing since I was 5, so 30 years of playing at the youth level, the club level, and still trying to play at the adult level, a little bit both co-ed and with the men's league. Attended ODP, was the first group from South Dakota to go to ODP, and played regionals 3 or 4 different times. Traveled all over the Midwest, and we went to Albuquerque for a tournament one time.
Oh, that's really cool. A lot of playing, a lot of practicing.
Tons of practice.
That was back in the old Ronnie Tice days. Wasn't Ronnie your
Ronnie Tice was our club coach for most of my playing time, and fantastic group of guys.
Yeah, you know, Ronnie has had his touch on a lot of us in South Dakota as how the game is played.
Absolutely.
So then you progressed, as so many people ask players to do, into refereeing.
Little coaching first. Little coaching. I have 3 boys, so little coaching first. The parent aspect, I can avoid that from time to time, so the refereeing side is what I'm really enjoying.
Yeah, and it's always nice to hear the good feedback from those coaches, I'm sure.
Outstanding.
Well, I for one, I love to have Chad in the middle of the field, and we don't always agree with each other, but I always respect what he has to say about the game because he's seeing it from an honest perspective.
I hope so, anyway.
Yeah. So, let me ask you, Chad, and now you're the head of the West River Referees Association. So what do the refs have going on right now?
Well, before the 2 blizzards, we had some field training scheduled with some new referees. Basically, what that was going to be is we'd send them to class, but then we don't do anything. So we were going to get out on the field with some scrimmage games, some hands-on, letting them work in a controlled environment so we could teach. We do a good job sending them to class, and then we throw them to the wolves.
Yeah.
So how we can hold their hand a little bit and get them to progress. You can read the book, but that doesn't make you a referee.
Yeah, it's all
behind the scenes.
You're exactly right. You got to know the game a little bit. You got to go out and make some mistakes and figure that out.
You have to make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah,
to figure it out. And the parents and coaches will let you know you make those mistakes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, so was this mostly for younger referees that you're working on?
Younger and new.
Okay.
And then we established a mentoring program this spring to work with the new refs and some of the existing ones. What can we do to improve them? The game has improved so much in South Dakota. And I can think back to when I was in high school 20 years ago. It's evolved so much more in the last 20 years. And that's how we, as referees, get involved with it.
Yeah, it really has changed a lot.
A lot. You know, the holding play in the midfield. Going back to my U15 days, a smart foul for us was taking out the attacker.
Yeah.
A smart foul now is as a play comes through the midfield, you see more and more midfielders holding midfielders, taking the professional foul coaches to slow the game down,
not letting it get to that emergency point where you take that attack down and get yellow.
And trying to then now educate our referees on what we need to look for. As the game's developed, we need to.
What do you think we need to do, especially, you know, we have such a high attrition rate for young refs? What do you think we need to do as soccer people when we see a parent or a coach abusing one of these young refs out there? From your perspective, what can we do to help curb that?
My plea would be to, if you're educated in soccer, please go talk to the parents. A young referee, especially as an adult, if I have a parent who probably is uneducated, you know, when they're making their comments refereeing a youth game, run up my back.
Yeah.
But you get a kid out there, and they're out there because they want to be out there, they love the game, and they want to make a little money. We run them off when we yell at them. You know, we, as referees, don't yell at your players, your sons and daughters, when they make a bad pass, make a bad trap. You know, if you miss a shot on goal, don't yell at the coach.
Yeah, they're going to yell at us when we
very often. But you know, that would be my big plea. You know, if there's someone that's getting out of line, let's take the first step and say something.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we lose those referees to their life. Yeah. They don't blow the whistle. Your gripe, parents, coaches, with these young referees is they don't call the foul. Well, they're scared. Because when they blow that whistle, the blue crowd's going to yell, the red crowd's going to applaud, and then the next time they blow, it's going to be the opposite. So it can be a deal breaker.
Well, I know, where was it, Ohio, I guess, where they're practicing that silent Sunday deal? Where,
Heard about that.
Yeah, nobody can talk, and that might be the best way to do it. Maybe we can just have games that parents are too abusive, we can conduct a game without. They are part of it, and I think a lot of people think that just because they paid for their kid to be in a club or in rec soccer, that they need permission. Yeah, they have the right to say so. But like Luis always used to say, you don't have a right to talk to that guy. If you're the captain, then you do. Everybody else has to shut up.
Another thing we're doing for education, and it's ringing my bell. Next Thursday, April 9th, room 211 at NAU, we're having a parents' introduction to the laws of the game. And it's also scheduled tomorrow, but the blizzard's changed my work schedule. But next Thursday, and it's just simply new coaches, new parents, from the referee perspective. What's a foul? What's a goal kick? What's a corner kick? What's a throw in? And just the laws of the game, the book that the referee uses, but walking the parents through it and maybe doing some educating.
Well, if you're going to watch the game and have a kid in it, you might as well learn something about it. Absolutely. Yeah. So how can people get a hold of you if they need to get a hold of you?
In the phone book. Don't always use that answering machine because I have kids, so I don't always get those messages. Email address. It's all one word, Rapid City Soccer Refs, the S on the end there, at yahoo.com, or you can use president at WSDSRA.com. That's our Referee Association website, which is WSDSRA.org.
Okay, we'll put it. Absolutely. Chad, one last thing, and I guess if we have a new rep or a rep, or somebody who's wanting to rep right now watching, what could be some of the advice that you can give them to help them get started in the game?
The best advice I'm going to give is remember that the game is important for the players. That's the biggest thing. It might be your 5th game of a tournament you're repping and you're tired, or you don't want to be there and mom drops you off. That game is important for the players. They're going to give 100%. You need to give 100%. That's the most important thing. But other advice, be professional. You're doing it because you love the game. Maybe mom wants you to make some money to offset the club costs, but you love the game and you want to be out there. Take pride in what you do. Be confident. The coach is going to give you some love. The parents are going to give you some love, but you know the laws of the game. You know the rules of the game. Interpret them. Have fun. If you can leave the field having fun, get it for the right reason.
Great. Thanks, Chad.
You bet.
I'm sure we'll have you on again soon.
I hope so.
Take care.